is in the house.
Yeah, it's party time.
All right now, baby, all right. 60 minutes falls out. Let's open up the whole can and kick ass and kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out. Raise up Bad Claw Stinger. Ready?
Critical Sports Theory Podcast once again, baby.
What's good, bro?
Yeah.
What's good, son? What are we talking about, bro?
I got a theory.
You got a theory?
Yeah, got a theory, baby.
Forget about it. Let me hear it. What do you got?
This is what I do, man. Moneyline dogs, baby. There's a part of gambling where handicapping. We don't call it gambling here. Handicapping, where you're gonna want to take money line on some underdogs so you can get plus money. The underdog team has to win outright. So you're looking at the team that's plus 6, plus 8, whatever the plus is. And then we're taking money line dogs, underdogs to win, because that's what sports is. The underdogs win sometimes. The favorite don't always win. We know that. But you got to be able to scope out those underdogs that are going to win that particular week.
Yeah, you got to do your research, man. Look at your depth charts, look at the injury reports.
All that.
You don't want to go spending your fucking rent money on the Jets, and you don't know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah. Talk about that disclaimer too, and we want to tell everybody about with the handicapping and how to spend.
Yeah, don't spend grandma's fucking grocery money.
That's right.
Don't go blowing through your savings.
That's right.
You know, get a little Litecoin. You know, play around a little.
Yeah.
Don't go nuts. $2, $3,
Yeah.
$10. Just
Yeah.
have fun for the love of just playing the odds.
You know what it is
Probability, the probability game.
It's fun.
It also helps you enjoy the games a little more. You got a little more investment. You know,
1,000%.
It's a wonderful thing.
It
Just
is.
don't get out of hand.
Yeah, and one quick thing: play with money that's comfortable, so where you're not tight. You know, you don't want to spend some money you need for something else like rent or your gas in your car or whatever. None of that. Just extra money where it's loose and you don't mind losing it. That's the key. It's got to be money that if you lose, it's not going to bother you that much at all. That's where you can actually do good things, because then the money's free and you could just be loose about what you take. So there's no uptight betting. Betting is no good, you know? And that's why I'm going to come to you with my critical theory. One of our first theory podcasts of the day is Moneyline Dogs. I'm going to start off with the Bengals. You could tell I'm loose. I'm taking the Bengals.
Balls.
Bengals to go to Baltimore, win outright. I think they have the speed and the smarts on defense I'm seeing, where they'll be able to corral Lamar in the running game a little bit. I don't think Lamar's going to be able to run so much against this Bengals team. They also have a good secondary. I really like that Jesse Bates at safety. You know, William Jackson's playing good on the corner. They've got some players in the linebacker Logan Wilson's been tremendous in pass coverage. I think he's the type of linebacker that'll be able to slow Lamar down. He can play the run and is good in the drop zones. They need guys that are going to be able to cover Mark Andrews, the Ravens' key receiver. So I think the Bengals will do well defensively. And then they got the guys, Joe Burrow slinging a rock with his receivers, Joe Mixon.
Joey Mixtape.
Joe Mixon running the rock. He's having a good season. You know, he can catch and run the ball. One of them Oklahoma Sooners boys. So the Bengals got weapons on offense. They're playing well, and I think they're going to go to Baltimore, and they have a good chance to win this game outright, plus 230. So that's one of my first games I really like, money line. Also, let's get to baseball. We're going to do a little baseball. Listen, Game 6. You know, you guys know I picked the Braves to make the World Series. By the way, big shout out to me. Astros clinched last night. Thank you. I called that before the playoffs. Go back to our baseball playoff preview. Astros and Braves is what I told y'all. I got the Astros. We in halfway. Braves tonight, Game 6. So you know where I'm going with this one. The Braves plus 130 at home against the Dodgers. They're getting plus money at home to close out. I know the Dodgers are the team that was supposed to, they're supposed to be there. They're the favorites. They beat the Braves last year in the NLCS, coming from behind 3-1. It's looking like they might come from behind 3-1 again. It's 3-2, but not this time. This time they're playing in Atlanta at home. That's right, baby. And the Braves close out tonight in a close game, but the Braves are going to pull it out. Ian Anderson's going to pitch well. Plus 130, take the Braves. Then go to boxing. This is a value pick here. We previewed the Herring fight the other day with Shakur Stevenson. Just all you need to know is that the champ, Jamel Herring, is now a plus 800 betting underdog. Plus 800 with the champ. How do you not take that? And Herring's been fighting his best fights the last 3 or 4 fights against Frampton and Okendo and Roach and Ito when he won the title. So this has been the best of Herring. I know he's 35, 36 years old, and Shakur's younger, but Shakur is still young, still immature. Herring's got an intangible edge in this fight, Ant. I think he's Marine. We Semper Fi. He's tough. He's going to bring that mental toughness. He's got maturity over Shakur, and I'm taking plus 800 without question tonight with Herring over Stevenson. Whoa! I mean, I'd be crazy not to. Like, come on. That's almost a no-brainer for me, plus 800 with Jay Herring. I'm not guaranteeing a win, but I think that's going to be a really good, close fight. So give me the plus 800. I'll take it. Shit.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I got a couple for y'all in college football today. A couple of money line teams that I like to win outright. First, we're going to go to West Lafayette, Indiana, where Purdue is hosting Wisconsin today. Purdue's a 3-point dog. They're plus 130 at home. They win over Wisconsin outright. Teams going in different directions. I think Wisconsin will play well today, but I just think Purdue is just a better team right now. I think they got a little more speed. I think the quarterback's a better player. McConnell over Mertz. I feel like Wisconsin's just had a tough season. They're not playing that well, especially running the football. It's not a Wisconsin typical running game, and I just like Purdue to win. And so you're getting 130 with Purdue at home, coming off a win at Iowa, coming home. I think they get it done at home with the win. There's a couple of nice games here. Oklahoma State, my team from last week that I told you I was going to win outright against Texas money line. We called that one. We're going the same way this week. I think it's a tougher game. They're a 7-point dog at Iowa State. They're about plus 240, but they're undefeated. So there's something to that. And I feel like Oklahoma State's playing their best ball of the season. They believe in themselves. They've been down in games and come back. So there's going to be no situation where they're going to feel like they're overwhelmed. Iowa State, we know they're a talented team. They're a veteran team. Brock Purdy, we like a quarterback. They got the running back, Breece Hall. Charlie Kolar, one of the best tight ends in the country. The good, well-coached team, Matt Campbell. But I just think there's something special about this Okie State team this year. Mike Gundy, I'm a fan of his as a coach. Spencer Sanders, they got a veteran quarterback. They got the kid Warren running the football. The defense is excellent. Oklahoma State, plus 240. The team that is undefeated is getting 240. Let's go with that. There's value in that. I can see the Cowboys can win that game today outright. So that's a couple there. Now we're going to have a couple of more, not so much big money money line specials, but solid ones. Another one, Oregon State at home. Utah's coming to Corvallis to take on the Oregon State Beavers. That's a real good one in the Pac-12. Utah had a nice win at home last week against Arizona State. I believe they beat USC the week before on the road, so they're playing well. But Oregon State's been playing well all season. I really believe in Jonathan Smith as the coach. He's a former quarterback there. And I think I told you guys in the college football preview picks, I like Oregon State to win outright in a very close game. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be you're going to be biting your nails in the fourth quarter in this one. Pac-12 after dog. It's going to be a tight one, Ant. But I feel like Oregon State at home pulls it out. At home, close game, take the plus 130. And so that's another money line action game you can get. Then there's the game out in Wazoo and Pullman. We'll stay in the Pac-12. BYU comes to town to take on Washington State. Washington State's been playing well recently. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They played a real good game at home last week and beat Stanford, who's a solid team coming in. I think it's the same type of situation. You got BYU coming in. Good independent team, but plus 4.5 for Washington State at home. They're playing for their coach Rolovich, who's fired because of the vaccine. We spoke about that. The players know it wasn't fair. It's extra motivation for the Cougs. You know, speaking of Cougs, me and you got a couple Cougs coming through next week. Some nice Cougars that we're going to be looking at. Yeah, yeah. So we're going to take the Cougars money line plus 155 because we're setting up for our Cougars coming next week. So that's how we're going to set up for that with the Cougs plus 155. And do I have another one left for y'all? I do. I got one more. A special Conference USA special here. We got Texas San Antonio on the road at Louisiana Tech, getting 6 points with La Tech, and La Tech is plus 200 in this game. Louisiana Tech has gone on the road this year. They played NC State tough down to the last possession. They lost that game, an ACC team. They played Mississippi State from the SEC on the road down to the last possession. Lost both games like close. They actually had almost a 3-touchdown lead against Mississippi State and blew that game. But, you know, UTSA, although they're a good team, they're not either one of those teams. Louisiana Tech's at home. I believe in Austin Kendall, their quarterback, the transfer from Oklahoma via West Virginia. Now he's at Louisiana Tech. The Bulldogs are always well coached. Getting 6 at home. I'll take the 6, but we're going to go money line on this one. Plus 200. Louisiana Tech is a nice play at plus 200. So I'm pretty confident in that one. So that's where we are with our money line. So look into those money line games. Do your homework. But that's what I'm looking at money line this week. So like we say, we like to make that money bounce. You know, we like those pluses, baby. The money bounces on those parlays. Check them out. You know, get your Bitcoin ready.